welcome back. Tonight, we're going to talk about the Anarchy. The Anarchy was a time between 1130... Hello. Welcome back. We are going to talk about a period of time called the Anarchy. We're going to go back to England to the year 1135. This was a time called the Anarchy, and for good reason. This is a tale of a broken oath, of ambition, and of a country falling into chaos. This is the story. So let's close our eyes. And we'll step back into the medieval era. A land of castles and stone keeps and cloaks and promises. Don't forget, they're broken promises. That's where this all begins. Sticking to my hair. The year is 1135. King Henry I of England has died. He was the youngest son of William the Conqueror. I have another episode on William the Conqueror and the Battle of Hastings. A clever king he was, but there was a problem, a very big problem, Henry's only legitimate son had drowned in a terrible shipwreck in 1120, 15 years earlier. This was called the White Ship Disaster, and it changed everything. So, with his only legitimate son dead, drowned at sea, King Henry did something very bold. He made his barons swear, not once, but twice, that his daughter, Matilda, would succeed him and become the Queen of England. Poor Matilda, or as some knew her, Empress Matilda. She was the daughter of a king, the widow of the Holy Roman Emperor, and one of the most formidable women in medieval England, possibly the entirety of medieval Europe, and you'll hear why. When Henry died, even though his barons had promised not once, but twice, that the crown would go to Matilda, it did not go to her. It went to her cousin, Stephen. Stephen was charming, generous, and he moved quickly. He raced across the English Channel the moment King Henry died, and he was crowned king before most people even knew that it happened. Many people supported him. He was, after all, a male, and he had royal blood. The idea of Matilda on the throne with no king was unsettling. And poor Matilda, well, she was smart too, like her father. But she didn't have all of the barons loyal to her like they were to her cousin. Even so, Matilda would not let herself be cast aside. She did have powerful allies. In 1139, she came to England to take what she believed was hers, what her father had promised, what the barons had promised, the crown of England. But this is when the chaos begins. 2 decades of unrest followed. This period was known as the Anarchy, the Anarchy, the Anarchy. This 20 years was known as the Anarchy. England descended into civil war, castle by castle, village by village. Barons picked sides, some on the side of Stephen, some on the side of Matilda. But neither of them really ruled England during this 20 years, and that's why it's known as the Anarchy. And the poor peasants, the ordinary people, were caught in the middle, not particularly caring who sat on the throne. There was general lawlessness, famine, bandits, thieves, plundering. Rival lords built castles they took from the villagers. Rivals burnt each other's crops so that nothing could grow and the people would starve. What was going to happen? What was going to happen? What happened? What happened? This was 20 years of this. Then, in 1141, Matilda came very, very close to winning. Stephen was captured in battle at Lincoln, and he was imprisoned. Imagine that, imagine that, imagine that. Matilda marched into London, ready to be crowned. But the city wasn't ready for her. The city rose against her because she started demanding too much, and she treated the nobles very coldly. Not very smart after all, perhaps. So when the city rose against her, she fled. Stephen was released. Stephen was released. Stephen was released from prison, and the war dragged on, raged on again. More anarchy, more anarchy. Then came Prince Henry, Matilda's son. He was bright, smart like his grandfather and possibly his mother. He was well educated, and people liked him, people liked him, people liked him, people liked him. Then in 1153, with the land exhausted from constant war, and Stephen's own son having died, a deal was finally struck. A deal was struck, a deal was struck, a deal was struck, a deal was struck. And Stephen would remain king until his death. And on his death, Matilda's son Henry would be crowned as King of England. And with that bargain, the war was over. The anarchy was over. It was over. Then, in 1154, Matilda's son did become king. He was known as Henry II, and he was the first of the great dynasty of the Plantagenet line. The Plantagenets, the Plantagenets, the Plantagenets. So, that is also the story of how the Plantagenets came to be on the throne. There's more to it than that, but that's one of the ways you can learn about him, who Henry II was. Henry II was. She had married Geoffrey the Fifth, I believe, was his name. So, now the story of the Anarchy, and you know the story of how the Plantagenets came to be on the throne. Their dynasty lasted a very, very, very long time, hundreds of years. So, sleep well tonight, knowing that your farm won't be plundered, your castle won't be besieged, and King Henry II, in the end, gained the throne of England.